is a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Arcanite here, back with another video. Today, I'm going to be doing a full analysis on The Dark Knight and what makes it the greatest comic book movie of all time and one of the greatest movies ever made. But before we get into that, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button for new content on comic book movies, TV shows, all that good stuff every single day. Now, let's get into it. So, The Dark Knight came out in 2008 and still holds up as my favorite movie of all time. Now, there is so many reasons why this is, but I want to start with the directing, because Christopher Nolan does such an amazing job directing this movie. I just find it incredible how much of a great job he did, from the different camera angles he uses, the panning around when Gordon, Harvey, and Batman are on the rooftop, the different camera tricks in the interrogation scene. He does such a great job with that. He also gives each character their own time to shine, and he makes you really get into every single character and care about what happens to them. And he uses just so many amazing little tricks and details that make this so great. He put in this movie details that so many other directors would have left out. And I think that is part of what makes it so great, is the direction from Chris Nolan. I also want to talk about Gotham City, because Gotham City is more than just the location this film is in. Gotham City is a character in this movie, and this movie eventually becomes a battle for Gotham's soul. And I thought that was so cool, because you'll see a lot of times nowadays in modern superhero movies, the whole city will be under heavy fire, the world's gonna explode, the universe is at stake. But no, this movie at its core is a battle for Gotham's soul. And I think that is so cool, with the Joker, the unmovable object, squaring off against Batman, the unstoppable force. Their parallel is incredible, and I think it is the greatest parallel in all of cinema history, because they coincide with each other, they depend on each other, and they work so well together. Joker he defines anarchy. He is anarchy, chaos, and Batman is order, justice. And when these two square off, it is so incredible. And I need to talk about Heath Ledger's performance, because Heath Ledger gives the greatest performance in comic book movie history, and I would even say one of the greatest performances of all time in cinema history. If you watch this movie, everything he does, it is so Joker, and I love it. He adds in all these little things that so many actors couldn't have done for this character, from the licking of his tongue, which was actually due to the makeup, if you guys don't know, but he made it a character thing, and it worked. And just his acting, his laugh, how he thought through things, what he said, he lets us know so much about the Joker, and at the same time, so little about the Joker, and it makes the Joker such a great character in this movie, and one of the greatest characters in cinema history. I would say Heath Ledger's Joker is the greatest movie villain of all time, and his performance is such a huge part of that, but also his ideology. He just wants to watch the world burn. He doesn't care if he dies. He has no fear. And he is the first character in the Dark Knight trilogy we see that truly is completely fearless. He doesn't care what happens to him. He is an agent of chaos. And I think that works so well, because Batman doesn't understand him. He thinks criminals are so simple. And Joker comes along and he proves them so wrong. Because, like Alfred says, Joker just wants to watch the world burn. And for Bruce to overcome this and beat him, he has to burn the forest down. He has to learn what it means to be a hero. And I thought this was such a big part of the story, and I love it. I also love Harvey and Bruce's parallels, because on one hand you have Harvey, who is the White Knight, and then you have Bruce, who is the Dark Knight, and this parallel is so great. And these two, unlike the Joker and Batman, they can't really coincide with each other, which leads to Harvey becoming Two-Face. Now, obviously, the Joker put this plan in motion, but Two-Face, Harvey, it was already a little bit inside him. The Joker just brought him out. We see Harvey has a dark side, and that was amazing. And again, that is Nolan paying so much attention to detail and making sure everything makes sense. I also want to talk about the practical effects in this movie and the stunts in this movie, because my mind is blown every time I watch this. They flipped a semi-truck. They blew up a hospital. They blew up a hospital in real life. That is insane. Like, it's crazy. The only real CGI in this movie is when the Batpod comes out of the Batmobile, which they made the Batpod, by the way, a functioning Batpod, and Two-Face's face, his other half, which they did because Nolan, he didn't want it to seem like the explosion and the fire added to it, which they would have done with makeup. They wanted it to look like the acid burned his face away. And that is very, very cool. And I also love everything Heath Ledger does. He is so good in this movie. He understands the Joker. Okay, he understands him so well, and that is part of why he was able to pull off this performance. But I get mad when people say that the Joker is just insane. Just straight up insane. He is insane, okay? He is insane, but he is totally in control of his actions, and he knows what he's doing. He is smart. He is smart. He planned to get captured. He planted a cell phone in a guy's stomach to get him out, and he did this to feed the police and Batman the information that he set up this dilemma with Rachel and Harvey both. And the Joker made the deception of switching the places, which was a big surprise because we would assume Rachel would be fine, but then they wouldn't get to Harvey in time and he would just end up escaping with half of his face. But he switched the location so Rachel ends up dying and Batman ends up saving Harvey, but his face is burned off, and we see this reflect in Harvey and how he is completely broken, and that leads him further down the path of becoming Two-Face. And the Joker's big downfall is he didn't believe in the people of Gotham, and that leads us into the third act, where the people of Gotham have to stand up and be good people. The Joker believes that when the chips are down, they will all turn on each other. And that is partly true, actually. But the people of Gotham stand up to the Joker, and that is his only downfall. But the Joker had a plan as well. The ace in the hole, Harvey Dent. And Harvey, he fell. He took the White Knight of Gotham, and he brought him down to criminal level. And so in that sense, the Joker won. And I think that is crazy to think about. The Joker in this movie won. And that is also part of what makes him the greatest movie villain of all time. Just from the way Heath Ledger acted, his ideology, his perfect parallel to Batman. Unstoppable force, immovable object, chaos versus order. And he won in the end, and I think that is so cool. The action in this movie is also improved from Batman Begins. They did more kind of in-camera fighting than quick cuts, so the editing was also bumped up. And this just built off of Batman Begins in the best of ways and made this superhero epic, which in my opinion is the greatest movie of all time for all these reasons. Christian Bale also does a great job as Batman, and you see him struggle. He has to learn. He has a true journey in this movie. And it's amazing to see how he learns about this stuff through Alfred, through loss. Rachel, they made her an important plot point rather than just the girlfriend that dies. It made her death more meaningful, and it impacted the rest of the movie and The Dark Knight Rises. So guys, that is my kind of take on The Dark Knight. My analysis, why it is the greatest superhero movie ever made, and my favorite movie of all time. Let me know what you thought of it down below. It is a masterpiece of a film, and what Nolan was able to pull off was incredible. They also, I want to add the music in this movie. Nolan wanted all the music to be composed. He didn't want any pop songs or hip-hop songs in this movie. All of it was composed. The Joker's theme makes you feel so uncomfortable, and it's so eerie. And it's really a unique piece of music because it's not meant to feel good. It's meant to be rigorous, eerie. It's supposed to make you tense. And it works so well for the Joker. And that is all I want to say. The Dark Knight is an absolute masterpiece of a film. I'm going to give it an 11 out of 10. It's amazing to me what they were able to do with this movie and how they made everything work in 2.5 hours. I think it is so cool. It's a battle for Gotham's soul. It's a battle against anarchy, and I love it with every piece of my heart. That is going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.